Hi, this is Sharma, author of The Leader Who Had No Title, founder of the Titan Academy, and welcome to this mastery session. This one is called The Four Interior Empires of History Makers. So fasten your seatbelts. I think you are going to find deep value in this one. So you probably know my 2X, 3X mindset that I've been teaching at live events over the past number of years, like Personal Mastery Academy and the Titan Summit. And the 2X, 3X mindset is simply this: to double your income and impact, triple your investment in two core areas, your personal mastery and your professional capability. You see, what happens is often we think the doorway to success swings outward. Too often, we think if I work even harder and if I become more productive in the world and if I get more applause and more acclaim and if I'm in the world more, I will be even more successful. What I'm suggesting to you is really this: if you want to make some exponential gains in your creativity, in your productivity, in your prosperity, in your craft, in your service to humanity, the doorway swings inward. And the two areas you really want to work on: number one, yourself. You want to grow your interior masterfulness. And secondly, you want to work on your craft. And so in this episode, I really want to talk about the four interior empires that are really the DNA of mastery. Because it's easy to forget that you will never rise higher in the world than the way you see yourself. I mean, your income, for example, reflects your identity, and your performance reflects your personal story. You know, researchers in the field of positive psychology will say to you, your performance reflects your story. And what that simply means is if you don't think you can rise to genius, if you don't think you can own the game as an entrepreneur, if you don't think you can be a masterful artist, if you don't think you can be a world-class manager, then you're not going to do the practice, the work, and have the grit required to stay in the game long enough to enjoy that process as you rise to legendary. So the way you see yourself and what's going on within is so fundamentally important. And what I wanted to do is walk you through four insights that will really help you rewire your interior life. And I call these the four interior empires, and I teach them at my live event, Personal Mastery Academy, and they've really created some revolutions of transformation for my clients. And so in this mastery session, I wanted to help you by offering these four elements to you. And the first interior empire that you want to work on every single day, ideally while the rest of the world is asleep, first thing in the morning, is your mindset. Now, there are a lot of people in the field of leadership and personal development that are talking about mindset. They say everything is mindset. Develop your attitude. Be a positive thinker. And when you do that, you're going to have the fire in the belly and you're going to do world-class work and you're going to get premium results. And I'm going to agree with you. Of course, there's a lot of great research and science saying that your mindset is fundamentally important. You want to develop that mindset of mastery where you're releasing dopamine, the neurotransmitter of inspiration. Your mindset will affect epigenetics. I mean, there's a lot of new research coming out, which is your thinking actually will turn on certain genes, which will allow you to live longer, work harder, think more clearly. So of course, mindset and being a positive thinker and being what I call a possibilitarian is fundamentally important. Absolutely. You're going through a difficult time. Perspective through a positive mindset. Wow, how can I leverage this to get even better? Mindset. Oh, here's one door closed, but another has opened. Positive mindset, counting your blessings. We know now from the work of, for example, Martin Seligman, Sonia Lyubomirsky, that doing blessing lists for 30 days, counting the good things in your life, starts to rewire your neurobiology, and it allows you to have more energy, better performance. So mindset is important. It is the first interior empire of a world-class interior architecture. But here's the key. Most people are saying everything is mindset. But I think there are three other interior empires that you want to work on. Mindset is only 25% of the equation of personal mastery. What's the second interior empire? Heart set. You see, You can have a great mindset. You can have a fireproofed mental attitude. But if your heart, your emotional life is full of anger, if it's full of toxicity, if you're stuck in the past, if you haven't forgiven those you haven't forgiven, if you're feeling heartbreak, if you're feeling insecure because you haven't done that emotional work to fill those holes and those ancient wounds from maybe a difficult childhood, maybe a past relationship, maybe a bankruptcy, maybe an illness, well, then you're running a positive mindset, but here's why you're sabotaging yourself. And so few people talk about this. It's because you haven't worked on the second interior empire of a world-class heart set. And this isn't the mastery session to talk about the tools, but I'll simply say working on your heart set through meditation, through journaling, through working with a therapist perhaps, through spending more time in nature, through affirmation, through massage and body work. In January of this year, I went to a sweat lodge and I spent 4 hours in a sweat lodge. That wasn't just for my mindset. That was for my heart set, to forgive those that I needed to forgive and wish them well on their journey as the master in the sweat lodge requested that we do. I've done so much work on my heart set to let go of my past, to fill the holes I was trying to fill with outer things like a faster car or more social acclaim or more things, which I've realized are only substitutes, like a heroin addict wanting more applause, wanting more acclaim, wanting more success, when the real hole was within. And as I started to fill my heart set, I realized the wonders and treasures within your heart are so much richer and more fulfilling and more joyful than anything on the outside, like a nicer hotel room or more Facebook likes or more social status. And I've been on this journey intensely for 2 decades. And when I was a young litigation lawyer, I really was looking to fill those holes, but I wasn't really conscious about those holes. And I would say most people on the planet today are chasing these substitutes. They want more money. They want more approval from the world. They want fame. They want fortune. They want a bigger house. They want a faster car. They want a nicer watch. They want a more beautiful handbag. But it really is like a drug addict looking for the next fix. It's because of the holes within your heart from past hurts that you've experienced. And because we've become numbed out and subconscious to these things, and then society is giving us all this messaging, well, get more of outer things and you're going to feel better, but this is true. You feel a little bit happier for about 50 minutes, and then you want more and more and more. So the point really is this. The second interior empire that the great heroes, the true leaders, the masterful icons work on is your heart set. Okay, healing those interior emotional holes so you become whole, so you become secure. So when you see other people in your industry winning, you say, yes, they're doing great. And when you see someone in your neighborhood with a nicer car or a bigger house, you don't get activated and frightened. You now have the consciousness and the heart set to say, hey, that's fantastic for them, but I'm playing a completely different sport. I'm running a completely different race. Third interior empire, after mindset, heart set, is what? Health set. You see, you can have a great mindset, and I've taught this for going into my 3rd decade mindset. I taught it in The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. I taught mindset in a book I wrote many years ago called The Greatness Guide. I taught mindset in The Leader Who Had No Title. But mindset without heart set is just 25% of the world-class equation. Mindset and heart set, you're still at only 50% of true, not fake, true power. Third interior empire you want to work on, it's health set. Now, I've made up these words, and I've taught them at Personal Mastery Academy, but I think they're valuable words for me to make up. Health set and heart set. And so Health set, the third interior empire. What's that all about? Well, one of the great secrets to legendary is longevity. One of the great ways to win in the world is don't die. And I say that with a smile on my face, but you can have a great mindset and a great heart set, but if your body is full of dis-ease, if you have cancer or diabetes, if you don't have any energy, because one of the secrets to mastery is energy. You know, I've shared this in a previous mastery session. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch it. But energy is even more valuable than intelligence in the world we live in right now. You can have a great product, a great business, a great mission, but if you don't have the fire, the energy to execute over a long period of time and to get giant things done, well, then nothing is going to happen. And so the third interior empire, I lovingly and respectfully challenge you to really live like a true titan, like a masterful icon, is your health set. Okay, so you want to work on your energy, you want to work on your fitness, you want to work on your vitality, and you want to work on your longevity. One of the things that I'm so happy that we do on day number 2 of the Titan Summit. This is the event. You've probably heard about it. I've run it for many, many years, but day number 2 is exponential longevity. And we bring in the best thought leaders on the planet on how to hack your health. I mean, and we learn about epigenetics. Your thinking is actually turning on certain genes. We actually learn there are certain ways to supplement. You can actually get your genome tested and find out what your weaknesses are and what would bring disease in the future and what could allow you to die earlier. And then literally we have people that teach us how to hack those through supplements or acupuncture or some of the latest technologies. And I'm simply saying this. I ask you and encourage you and challenge you with deep love and respect to really today take your health set very seriously. You know, an insight is simply this, and this is mentioned in a lot of the great wisdom traditions, but when we are young, we sacrifice our health for wealth. And when we get old and really discover what life is all about, we are willing to sacrifice any wealth we've accumulated for one day of great health. Someone once said to me at a seminar I gave in the Middle East, health is the crown on the well person's head that only the ill person can see. I still remember one of my top clients many years ago grew a phenomenal company. He was leading the field. He was an industry superstar. And he showed up at my office and he looked fundamentally different from the way he did the last time I had seen him about a year and a half earlier. And he had these blisters on his lips and he had lost a lot of weight and he was with his wife and he looked very feeble and he looked very frail. And I asked him, I said, what's going on here? And he said, well, as I built this empire, I worked too hard. I didn't get enough rest. I didn't eat the right food. I didn't exercise. I didn't spend enough time in nature and all those things that you talk about. And I now have an autoimmune disorder. So I've given my business over to my fine management team. And my wife and I now travel the world looking for the best doctors and naturopaths and alternative healers to try to get me back to health. And so this is very real, this third interior empire, which is your health set. Never let an old person into your body. And this isn't the mastery session to talk about health set, but simply remember the importance of doing something every day to move. Simply remember the healing power of nature. Simply remember the 2 massage protocol that I've been teaching at my live events for so many years, every single week on your schedule, because what gets scheduled gets done. 2 90-minute massages. Please don't say to me, I can't afford to do it. You can't afford not to do it. Warren Buffett taught it to me so well. This applies to your health. It applies to your learning. Don't focus on the cost. Focus on the value you receive. Okay, and then the final interior empire that I teach at Personal Mastery Academy is simply this. You can have a great mindset. You can have a beautifully calibrated heart set. You can have a A-level health set. But that's still only 75% of the world-class equation. If you really want to fireproof your performance, if you really want to own the game, if you really want to play at a level we both know is legendary, here's the fourth interior empire to spend some time on every single day. Your soul set. And yes, I've made up that word. And I've been teaching it for the past few years because it's such a key word, I think. Soul set. You see, what's the point if your soul is not alive? You know, the past 2 months, I sort of pulled myself away from the world. I just come off about 6 months of massive creativity, massive productivity, doing leadership presentations, running my live events, working on my book, The 5 a.m. Club, and running my business, trying to be a phenomenal family man. And I just pulled myself away from the world and I went out into the wilderness, so to speak, for 2 months. And I went to Rome and I watched the sunset and I ate perfectly calibrated cacio pepe. And then I went down to one of my favorite places on the planet, the island paradise of Mauritius. And I actually saw some double rainbows. And I went swimming early one morning with the dolphins. And I rented a mountain bike. And I started riding through the sugarcane fields. And I went into these little towns and I saw these old men on rocking chair with toothless grins and woolen caps. And I still remember I saw this young boy on a bike he was too tall for. And I just walked through these villages where people still have love in their hearts and know how to smile and value the genius power of simplicity. And I refilled my soul. And there's a word that I've really been thinking about a lot, which is soulfulness. A great mindset and a great heart set and a great health set is nothing unless there's that sense of soulfulness, that sense of connection with nature, that sense of humanity, so that you see other people on the street and they might be numb, they might be caught up in stress, but you say, you know, that is my fellow human being. And you start to see your work as a ministry of mastery for the benefit of humanity. And you connect from a soulful purpose. You say, you know what? I'm on the planet for a cause that is larger than myself. And you turn down the chattering voice of your ego and you start to live not for me, but for we. And that might sound idealist, but I will never apologize for being an idealist because the world needs more idealists. And you wouldn't be with me on this leadership ride or with me on this mastery session if somewhere deep inside of you, you weren't longing for more idealism in the world. And you know, we do look for more heroes in the world today. And the world needs more Mandelas and Mother Teresas and Rosa Parks and Edisons and Tolstoys and Shakespeare's. The world needs more heroes, but why wait for them to show up when you have it in you to become one of them? So I hope this mastery session has been valuable to you. My aim is to serve. My aim is to deliver outrageous value in these mastery sessions. And if I've done my job, here's what I ask you to do. Over the next 60 minutes, share this episode with 3 people, simply so we share this potent message with as many people as possible. Number 2, a lot of people ask me, Robin, we've heard about Personal Mastery Academy. We've heard even more about your famous 4-day live event, which is my flagship event, the Titan Summit. Richard Branson has been on my stage. Steve Wozniak, the co-founder of Apple, has been in the room with us. Shaquille O'Neal, the legendary NBA superstar. But how do we get in? We want to know more about it. And if you're interested, just go on over to robinsharma.com, and you'll be able to find all the information. And I'd love to help you. And if it feels right to you, I would love to have you in the room for one of my live events so we can create these revolutions of transformation. And so you can really dial in on these 4 interior empires and probably 100x the quality of the information you've just learned. And then finally, if you want me to coach you, if you've liked what you've heard and you need some help, if you want a guide to work with you or you want me to work with you every single month, on elite performance, mindset, heart set, health set, soul set, building a world-class business, leading without a title, and really living a life that is truly legendary. If that feels right to you, if you're interested, if you're at a place in your life where, yes, I'd love that kind of coaching every single month, Robin Sharma Nation is my monthly coaching program. I've been asked to do it for 20 years. I'm finally ready to do it. Pretty simple. Just go to robinsharma.com, or robinsharmanation.com, and you'll be able to find all the details. And if it feels right, we'd love to help you and be of service to you. And more than anything else, thanks for being with me here in this mastery session. I'll see you in the next one. For now, go for legendary, aim for great. Talk to you soon. Hi, this is Robin Sharma. I hope you received great value from this mastery session. If you'd like to receive potent training videos, blog posts, learning tools, and information on my 2 live events, Personal Mastery Academy and my flagship 4-day experience, the Titan Summit, go ahead and visit robinsharma.com.